Rin adjusted the straps of their backpack as they stepped out of the landing shuttle onto the soft, glowing surface of Veralia. The planet stretched endlessly, a landscape of floating crystals and vibrant plants that seemed to hum in the wind. Each step made a faint glow ripple beneath their boots, and Rin marveled at the colors shifting around them. They had traveled for months to reach this place, yet the beauty still left them breathless. The mission was simple on paper. Scan the planet for unusual energy readings, collect samples, and send the data back to Earth. But Rin knew that no mission was ever simple, not when it involved a planet like Veralia. The strange energy signals that had drawn them here were unlike anything recorded in human history. Even the scientists back on Earth had called it an anomaly. Rin had volunteered for the mission because curiosity burned stronger than fear. The cavern entrance was not far from the shuttle. It opened like a jagged mouth into the side of a cliff, its walls covered in a luminescent moss that pulsed in rhythm with the planet's subtle vibrations. Rin switched on their helmet light and stepped inside. The air was warmer here, humid, carrying a scent that was sweet and metallic at the same time. Each step echoed softly against the stone floor. Rin had just begun scanning the area when a flicker of movement caught their eye. At first they thought it was a reflection of the crystals, but then a figure emerged from the shadows. It was small, with delicate limbs and translucent skin that shimmered under the light. Its eyes were large and reflective, filled with a kind of intelligence Rin could not place. The creature looked fragile, almost injured, and it seemed hesitant to approach. Rin crouched carefully, keeping their hands visible. "It's okay," they said, their voice steady, despite the adrenaline in their veins. "I'm not here to hurt you." The creature tilted its head, watching them. Rin noticed a faint glow running across its body like a heartbeat made of light. For a moment, time seemed to stretch, and Rin felt a strange sense of recognition, as if they had seen this creature before, though they knew that was impossible. Then Rin remembered the scar on their arm. They flexed their hand, looking down at the thin, pale line that ran from their wrist to the elbow. It had been there since childhood, the result of an accident they could never fully explain. The scar had always hurt when they touched certain metals or strange energies, and now, somehow, it seemed to hum in resonance with the creature. The creature shivered and stepped closer, then paused, staring at the scar. Rin froze. The connection was undeniable. The creature reached a fragile arm and touched Rin's arm lightly, the glow of its fingertips brushing against the scar. A warmth spread through Rin's body. Not painful, but intense. Memory trying to surface. Rin blinked and stepped back, startled. "How?" they whispered. They had no explanation for the sudden surge of emotion, the flicker of memories that seemed to come from nowhere. The creature looked at them with an expression that was almost human in its depth of understanding. Rin realized it was communicating without words, through feeling and energy. Before Rin could react further, their communicator beeped sharply. The rest of the team had detected a large energy signature deeper inside the cavern. Rin reluctantly moved away from the creature, glancing back. The creature did not resist, but its glow dimmed slightly as if disappointed. Rin felt a pang of guilt. They wanted to understand it, to know what it knew, but duty called. The team followed Rin into the cavern, moving carefully over the glowing stones. The walls began to narrow, and the crystals grew taller, some arching over them like natural bridges. Rin's mind raced. The readings they were seeing were enormous, far beyond anything they had encountered before. Energy surged through the air, visible as threads of light connecting crystals, pulsing like veins through the stone. Dr. Halen, the team's geologist, stopped and examined the wall closely. "These formations are not natural," he said, running his hand over the smooth surface. "They're engineered. Someone, or something, built this." Rin nodded, feeling a shiver crawl down their spine. "And the energy readings? They're strongest ahead. We should proceed with caution." As they went deeper, Rin noticed patterns in the walls that seemed familiar. Symbols, geometric and flowing, repeating across the cavern. They felt a sudden jolt of recognition. They had seen these patterns before, in a dream when they were very young. The memory was faint, hazy, but real enough to make their heart race. It was as if the planet itself was calling to something inside them, something buried long ago. The team reached a massive chamber, the ceiling lost in shadows above, crystals jutting out like spires. In the center, the energy pulsed brightest, almost like a heartbeat. Rin approached it cautiously. Their scar tingled, an almost electric sensation spreading up their arm. The energy here was alive, and it seemed to respond to Rin's presence suddenly. A movement in the shadows drew everyone's attention. A larger figure emerged, unlike the small creature they had seen earlier. It was tall, humanoid in shape, with glowing eyes and markings across its body that mirrored the patterns on the cavern walls. Rin's breath caught. This was the source of the energy readings. They had found something far beyond what anyone could have imagined. The creature stopped a few meters away and tilted its head toward Rin. The scar on Rin's arm flared with light, and for a moment they felt a connection so strong it was almost overwhelming. Memories surged through them, fragments of a life they could not fully understand. The creature reached out, but this time it was different. Its touch was commanding, filled with recognition and authority. Rin stepped forward slowly. I don't know what this means, they said softly, but I think you know me. The creature did not speak, but held its gaze, and Rin felt a wave of understanding. It had been waiting for them, or perhaps something within them had been waiting for it. Their scar burned softly, and Rin realized that the planet, the creatures, and the energy were all connected to a past they had yet to uncover. A sudden tremor shook the cavern, and crystals rattled. The team shouted, trying to keep balance. The larger creature did not move, but its glow intensified. Rin sensed urgency. Whatever was coming, it was near, and they were no longer just explorers. They were part of something much bigger. Ian turned to the team. We need to stay close. Whatever this is, it knows us. It knows me. Dr. Hallen frowned. Knows you? How could that be? This planet has been abandoned for thousands of years. Rin shook their head. I don't know. But my scar, it reacts to it. And somehow, I feel like it's waiting for me. The small creature from earlier appeared at Rin's side, almost protectively. It touched Rin's leg lightly, as if urging them forward. Rin understood. They had a role here, a purpose that went beyond science or exploration. The planet had chosen them, and they could not ignore it. The team advanced deeper into the chamber. Guided by the pulsing energy, Rin's thoughts raced. Who were these beings? Why did they recognize Rin? And what did the scar mean? Questions tumbled, but there was no time to answer them now. Something awaited them deeper in the cavern, something that would change everything they thought they knew about themselves and the universe. Rin paused, taking a deep breath. The air was thick with energy, alive in a way that made their heart pound. They reached out to touch one of the floating crystals. The moment their fingers brushed its surface, crystals shimmered and projected a vision, a flash of another world. Ruins of cities, beings of light, and battles fought long ago. Rin staggered back, overwhelmed. The small creature hissed softly, nudging Rin. It seemed to say, "Focus. You must remember." Rin closed their eyes, letting the energy flow through them. Their scar pulsed, and memories continued to emerge. A life before this one, a connection to a queen, a promise made long ago. It was confusing and frightening, but strangely comforting. They were not alone. The cavern opened into a wider hall, more magnificent than anything Rin had imagined. Giant crystals hung like chandeliers, and the energy pulsed in rhythm with something deep inside them. In the center of the hall, they could see a shadowed figure. Tall, regal, and commanding presence filled the space. Rin's heart skipped. This was the being responsible for the energy. The one who had caused their scar to awaken. Rin took a step forward, unsure whether to feel fear or awe. The figure lifted its hand slightly, and Rin felt a wave of warmth pass over them. Their scar burned brightly, a signal of recognition. And Rin knew without being told that this creature, this queen, had been expecting them, for the first time. Rin understood that their arrival on Varelia was not chance. They had been brought here for a reason, and whatever awaited them would reveal the truth of their past. They steeled themselves ready to face it, even though they had no idea what would come next. The Queen's eyes glowed brighter, scanning Rin. The scar on Rin's arm shone in response, and a silent communication passed between them. Rin's journey had only just begun, but one thing was certain: their life. And perhaps the fate of this planet was about to change forever. Rin's mind raced as they stepped back from the glowing figure. The Queen, tall, elegant, and luminous, watched them with a calm intensity. Every movement she made felt deliberate, measured, as if she had known Rin for longer than they had known themselves. The scar on Rin's arm pulsed again, sending waves of warmth through their body. It was more than a physical mark. It was a key, a connection, and perhaps a warning. Dr. Halen and the rest of the team were cautious, weapons lowered but ready. "Rin, are you seeing this?" Halen whispered, his voice tight with awe. Rin nodded, unable to speak. Their eyes never left the Queen. There was something familiar in her presence, a memory hovering at the edge of their mind. The small creature that had followed Rin from the cavern moved closer to the Queen. Almost reverently, the Queen turned her gaze to it, and it bowed slightly before returning to Rin's side. Rin felt a strange comfort from its presence, a reassurance that they were not alone in this overwhelming moment. Then the Queen spoke. Her voice was soft but carried a weight that resonated through the hall. "You have returned," she said. Rin's heart skipped. It was as if she had spoken directly into their thoughts. "After all this time, you have come back to fulfill what was promised." Rin swallowed. I don't understand." "Returned, promised. What are you talking about?" Their voice sounded small in the vast hall. Yet the Queen seemed to hear every word as if no sound had passed. The Queen's eyes glowed brighter. "You carry the mark. The scar is not only a memory of pain, but a symbol of your legacy. Long ago, you were part of something greater, a force that saved this world from destruction. You may not remember, but the memory lives within you." The words sent a shiver down Rin's spine. They looked at their arm, the scar thin and pale, yet burning with light. How could a mark of childhood injury carry such a meaning? And how could this Queen, an alien being, know so much about them? The small creature chirped softly, nudging Rin. Rin realized it was guiding them toward the Queen, urging them to trust. They stepped forward, hesitantly. The Queen lowered her hand and gestured toward a raised platform in the center of the hall. Rin followed, curiosity battling fear. As they approached, the Queen spoke again. "The memories you have forgotten are not lost. They are hidden, waiting to awaken. Your presence here is no accident. The planet called to you. The energy you felt was a recognition of what you once were." Rin's head spun. "I don't understand. How can I have been here before?" The Queen's glow pulsed with each word, rhythmic and steady. "Time is not as linear as you believe. Life and consciousness leave traces that survive the ages. You are the descendant or the reincarnation of one who protected my people. The scar is the mark of that bond. It was left upon you to remind you, when the time came, that you would return." Rin's mind struggled to grasp the idea. Protecting a civilization. Returning? It felt impossible, yet the warmth of the scar and the intensity of the Queen's gaze made their heart believe it. Something deep within them responded, a feeling of belonging they had never known on Earth. The Queen extended her hand, this time toward Rin's forehead. "Close your eyes. Let the memories flow. Let the energy of Veralia awaken what has always been part of you." Rin hesitated, then obeyed. They closed their eyes, and the warmth of the scar spread across their arm into their chest. A rush of images and sensations flooded their mind. They saw a city of light, towers that glowed and floated above crystal lakes. Beings of strange beauty moved gracefully, their bodies shimmering with the same energy that pulsed in the cavern. Rin felt themselves as one of those beings. They remembered standing among them, making choices that shaped the course of wars and alliances. They felt the weight of responsibility, the fear of failure, and the pride of protecting countless lives. A battle raged in these visions, a war against darkness that threatened to consume the planet. Then the memory shifted. Rin saw themselves injured, retreating from a battlefield that had been lost. The scar on their arm appeared in the vision, marking the moment they were separated from their people, sent away for protection, and destined to be reborn elsewhere. Their consciousness had traveled across time and space. Waiting for this moment to return to VIR, Elia, Arian gasped, opening their eyes. They were trembling, overwhelmed by the clarity of the past life they had glimpsed. The Queen's presence felt like a steady anchor in the storm of memories. "Why? Why now?" Rin asked, their voice barely a whisper. "Why have I returned after all this time?" The Queen's eyes softened, glowing with compassion. "Because the threat that once was dormant has begun to stir again. Your people, my people, and the planet itself face danger that only you can help prevent. Your return is not just for remembrance, it is for action." Rin's mind raced. Action. Danger. They had come expecting to study energy readings and catalog new species. Now they were at the center of a story that spanned generations, a story that involved alien civilizations and ancient wars. And yet, somehow, they did not feel fear. They felt purpose. The scar pulsing with light reminded them that they were not powerless. Dr. Hallen stepped forward cautiously. "Rin, what's happening? What did she mean by reincarnation? This isn't something we can explain with science." Rin shook their head. "I don't know, but I think I'm part of something bigger. Something that connects me to this planet." They looked at the Queen. "I don't remember everything yet, but I feel it. I feel that I belong here." The Queen's glow softened. "Belonging is not enough. You must awaken fully. There is more to see, more to understand. Come, I will show you the center of Virelia's knowledge. There, your past and present will meet." Rin followed the Queen through a passage that led deeper into the cavern. The walls were lined with glowing symbols, each one resonating with the scar on Rin's arm. The small creature scampered beside them, its eyes bright with excitement. Rin realized that it had been waiting for this moment too, guiding them toward understanding. The team followed, their curiosity growing despite the uncertainty. Every step they took felt like crossing a threshold between the world they knew and a world that had existed long, before humans had reached the stars. Rin felt the energy of the planets surround them, pulsing like a heartbeat, synchronizing with their own. Finally, they reached a chamber unlike any Rin had ever seen. It was vast, circular, with a floor made of transparent crystal. Beneath it, energy flowed like rivers of light, twisting and turning in patterns that mirrored the scar on Rin's arm. The walls were lined with floating orbs, each containing visions of the past, present, and possible futures. The Queen gestured toward the orbs. "These hold the knowledge of my people. And now, they will reveal the truth to you. You must see, remember, and understand. Only then can you act." Rin approached the first orb cautiously. As they touched it, memories flooded their mind again, this time in full clarity. They saw themselves leading armies of light, negotiating peace between warring factions, and protecting the weak. The scar was always there, a reminder of the moment they had been sent away to live among humans, to grow strong, to return when the planet needed them. Tears streamed down Rin's face as they absorbed the vision. Their entire life, the human part they had known, and the alien past they had never known, were merging. Everything made sense, the dreams, the unexplained feelings, the pull toward this planet. The Queen stepped closer, her voice gentle. "You are ready to remember fully. But with knowledge comes responsibility. The balance of this world depends on your courage and your choices. Your actions will determine whether history repeats itself or if a new path can be forged." Rin took a deep breath, steadying themselves. They were no longer just a human explorer. They were a guardian, a bridge between worlds and a key to the survival of life on Virelia. The scar on their arm pulsed strongly now, no longer a symbol of pain, but of identity and power. Dr. Halen and the team watched in silence. Realizing that they had stumbled into something far beyond their comprehension, Rin turned to them, determination shining in their eyes. "We have work to do. And I think we already know where to start." The Queen's glow intensified in approval. "Then begin, and remember, you are not alone. You carry the strength of two worlds. Let it guide you." Rin nodded, feeling a sense of unity with the planet, the queen, and even the small creature that had been their guide. The memories would continue to unfold, and the journey ahead would be challenging, but for the first time. Rin knew who they were and why they had come. The chamber hummed with energy, and Rin felt the pulse of Varelia align with their own heartbeat. The past was no longer lost. The present was theirs to shape, and the future, uncertain and full of danger, awaited their courage. Rin knew this was only the beginning. The chamber hummed with quiet energy, and Rin stood at its center, staring at the luminous figure before them. The alien queen was unlike anything they had ever imagined. She towered with elegance, her limbs long and graceful, her skin shimmering with flowing light patterns that shifted like liquid color. Her eyes glowed softly, but they carried a depth that made Rin feel both awe and familiarity. "You have awakened fully," the queen said, her voice melodic yet powerful. It resonated inside Rin's mind as much as it did in their ears. "Your memories are returning, and with them comes the weight of your responsibility." Rin's hands shook slightly. I remember some things, but it is overwhelming. How can I do everything you expect?" The queen moved closer, her steps silent on the crystal floor. She reached out a hand, placing it gently near Rin's scar. The warmth from her touch spread through Rin's arm and up into their chest. A surge of clarity passed through them, and they felt a deep bond forming a link between their human self and the legacy they carried from the past. "You are stronger than you realize," the queen said. "The scar is a mark of connection, a reminder that you are never alone. You were chosen to return not by chance, but by necessity. The energy you felt upon arrival was recognition of your presence, not just by me, but by the entire planet." The walls were lined with glowing orbs, each containing visions of Varelia's history. Some showed cities of floating crystal towers, thriving and bright. Others showed the devastation caused by the ancient war that had almost destroyed the world. The queen's species had fought to protect the planet, and somehow Rin had been part of that fight, though they could not yet remember all the details. The queen motioned for Rin to follow. "Come, you must see the center of knowledge. There, the truth of your past and your purpose will be revealed." Rin stepped forward cautiously, feeling the small creature at their side guiding the way. The team followed, hesitant but trusting Rin's instinct. The deeper they moved into the chamber, the stronger the energy became. Rin could feel it pulsing in time with their own heartbeat, as if Varelia itself was alive and aware of their presence. Finally, they reached a vast hall, circular and majestic. At its center floated a crystalline structure, spinning slowly and radiating streams of light that stretched to the walls. The queen gestured to it. "This is the core of knowledge. It holds the memories, the history, and the wisdom of my people. Touch it, and you will remember more. But know this: understanding comes with responsibility. You must face the past before you can shape the future." Rin approached the glowing structure with a mixture of fear and curiosity. As their hand brushed its surface, visions rushed into their mind. They saw themselves as a being of light, leading armies of the queen's species during the Great War. They witnessed battles fought to protect the planet from invaders who sought to drain its energy. They felt the fear, the determination, and the pride of those moments. Rin gasped and stepped back, overwhelmed. I remember now. I was there. I was part of it." The queen nodded. "Yes, you were not just present. You were crucial. Your courage and ingenuity saved countless lives. But there was a moment when you were taken from us, sent away to live among humans. To grow and prepare for the time when Varelia would call you again." Rin looked down at their scar, which pulsed softly in response to the memories. It was not just a mark of injury. It was a symbol of their connection, a reminder of the promise made long ago. "Why did it take so long for me to return?" Rin asked. "Time is different for you now," the queen explained. "It was preserved, waiting for the right moment. And that moment is now. A threat long dormant has begun to stir, and your return is necessary to prevent history from repeating itself." Rin's mind whirled. "A threat? What kind of threat?" The queen's glow darkened slightly, as if shadows passed over her light. The enemies who once sought to destroy Varelia have not vanished. They lie hidden, waiting for weakness. Their awakening is approaching, and we must be prepared. You, Rin, are key to that preparation. Your human perspective, combined with your inherited knowledge, makes you uniquely capable of guiding us. Rin felt a mixture of fear and determination. They had trained for exploration, not war or leadership of alien civilizations. Yet deep inside, something resonated with the Queen's words. They had a role, a purpose, and the weight of it filled them with a strange clarity. The Queen turned to the rest of the team. Humans have qualities we do not fully possess: creativity, adaptability, courage. They will assist Rin, but you must trust them, and they must trust you. Together, we can face what is coming. Dr. Halen stepped forward, awe and disbelief written across his face. This is beyond anything we imagined. But we will help. We follow Rin's lead. Rin nodded, feeling the burden of leadership settle on their shoulders. Thank you. But we need to understand what we're up against. Queen, can you show me more about the enemies? The Queen extended her hand toward a series of orbs floating above the crystalline floor. Each orb revealed an image of the past conflict. Dark, shadowy figures moved with purpose, spreading destruction and fear. Their technology was unlike anything humans had seen, designed to manipulate energy and life itself. Rin watched, their stomach tightening. These are the ones who nearly destroyed your world, the Queen said. If they rise again, they will bring devastation. But you, Rin, have the power to guide my people and prevent their return. Your knowledge of strategy, your understanding of risk and adaptation will make a difference. Rin swallowed. I don't know if I can do this alone. You will not be alone, the Queen replied. I will be with you, and so will the others who remain loyal. Your human companions will aid you as well. You must learn quickly, for the time of peace is ending. The Queen's words carried weight, and Rin felt a new determination. They glanced at the small creature, which chirped softly, as if encouraging them. It had been their companion from the beginning, guiding them toward understanding. Rin realized that even the smallest beings on this planet had a role, just as they did. Then we start now, Rin said firmly. We need to train, plan, and prepare. Show me what I need to know, Queen. The Queen smiled faintly, her light pulsing in agreement.
Very well.
We begin with the lessons of the past, so that you may shape the future. She gestured toward the orbs again, and Rin approached, ready to absorb the knowledge. Over the next hours, Rin learned about the history of Varelia, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the tactics used in the ancient war. They saw maps of territories, energy flows, and strategies that had once been used to defend the planet. Rin's human mind quickly adapted the knowledge, finding patterns and opportunities that even the Queen had not anticipated. Dr. Halen and the team observed closely, assisting where they could. Rin realized that humans had an advantage in improvisation and creative problem-solving, while the Queen's species offered wisdom and experience. Together, they began forming a plan to prepare for the emerging threat. As Rin absorbed more information, their memories of past life grew stronger. They could recall moments of leadership, moments of fear, and moments of triumph. The scar on their arm pulsed with each memory, constant reminder of their identity and purpose. The Queen watched silently, her presence steady and reassuring. You are ready to lead, she said finally. But first, you must test your understanding. A simulation of the coming threat will allow you to experience the challenges you will face. Only through experience can knowledge be fully realized. Rin nodded, feeling a mixture of excitement and apprehension. They were about to face a trial, a test of their courage, strategy, and ability to unite humans and aliens alike. It was daunting, yet the clarity of their purpose gave them strength. The simulation began. Light and energy surrounded Rin, transporting them into a recreated battlefield. Shadowy enemies moved strategically, testing every decision Rin made. At first, mistakes were made, but each error taught lessons. Rin adapted quickly, combining human intuition with the memories of past experience. The small creature appeared in the simulation, as a guide, reminding Rin of the bond between them and the planet. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. By the end, Rin had successfully navigated the simulation, defending critical points and guiding allies to victory. Their confidence grew, and the Queen's approval radiated through the chamber. "You have done well," she said. "But the real challenge lies ahead. You must now prepare not only your mind, but also your heart. Leadership requires trust, courage, and understanding of all beings under your care. The threat will not wait for you to be ready, Rin. You must act with purpose." Rin stood tall, feeling the weight of the scar and the memories it carried. They looked at the Queen, the small creature, and their human team. "Then we will act together. We will be ready." Queen's glow intensified, filling the chamber with warmth. "Good. Remember, the future is shaped by those who dare to face it. You have returned, and the planet will remember your courage. The time of preparation has begun, and the dawn of action approaches." Rin took a deep breath, feeling the pulse of Veralia under their feet. The past had returned, but now the present demanded action. Their journey was no longer one of exploration alone. It was a journey of leadership, courage, and unity. Rin stood at the edge of the crystalline hall, their heart pounding with anticipation. The Queen had prepared them well, but nothing could fully prepare a human for the reality of an approaching threat. The energy readings they had been monitoring all week spiked suddenly, sending waves of urgency through the underground city. Shadowy forms were moving across the planet's surface, figures that mirrored the enemies from Rin's visions. "The enemy's awake," Rin said, voice steady despite the tension. "They are approaching the city." Dr. Halen glanced at Rin, concern in his eyes. "This is not a drill, Rin. They are massive, and their energy patterns are aggressive. How do we defend against something we don't fully understand?" Rin touched their scar instinctively. It pulsed warmly, as if reassuring them that the answer was within reach. "We adapt. We use what we know. The Queen and her people have the knowledge, and we have creativity. Together, we can defend the city." The Queen stepped forward, her glowing form a pillar of authority. "I will command my forces, but you, Rin, will lead the human integration teams. Your insight into strategy and improvisation is what will give us the advantage." Rin nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility settle squarely on their shoulders. They were not just a human in an alien world anymore. They were a bridge, a guide, and a leader. "Then let's begin," Rin said. The underground city was a marvel of design. Towers of crystal rose from the ground like jagged spires, connected by energy bridges that shimmered with light. The Queen's loyal forces moved swiftly through the streets, preparing defenses and positioning energy barriers. Rin and the human team joined them, directing small squads to strategic points, placing devices that amplified the planet's natural energy. "Rin, over here," Halen called. "This area is vulnerable. The energy flows are unstable." Rin sprinted over, assessing the situation. They adjusted the configuration of energy amplifiers, guiding the flow toward defensive nodes. Their human perspective allowed them to see patterns the aliens had overlooked. Gaps in coverage that could have been exploited. The first wave of the enemy struck without warning. Dark forms, agile and menacing, surged toward the city, their energy weapons sparking against the barriers. The Queen raised her arms, and streams of radiant energy shot forward, holding the attackers at bay. Rin shouted commands, coordinating humans and aliens alike. The scar on their arm pulsed with each surge of energy, connecting them to the planet's life force. The battle raged fiercely. Humans used improvised tactics to flank the enemy, drawing on instincts and creativity, while the Queen's forces executed precise, coordinated strikes. Rin adapted quickly, combining both approaches to turn the tide. They moved from point to point, directing squads, adjusting energy flows, and ensuring the barriers held. Amid the chaos, Rin saw the small creature darting between allies, guiding them to safety and alerting them to weak points in the enemy's formation. Rin smiled briefly, grateful for its presence. Even the smallest being on this planet had a role to play, and together, they formed a web of defense that was both human and alien. Then a massive enemy figure emerged from the shadows. Larger than the rest, radiating dark energy that twisted the air around it. Rin recognized it immediately from the visions, the commander of the invading force, powerful and intelligent. It moved with precision, striking at barriers and allies alike. "Focus on that one," Rin shouted. "We cannot let it reach the city center." The queen stepped forward, her glow intensifying. Streams of energy collided with the enemy, holding it at bay, but the creature's strength was immense. Rin knew they needed more than raw power, they needed strategy. Aren touched their scar again, feeling the memories of past battles flow through them. Ideas and tactics surfaced, strategies they had used long ago in their previous life. They shouted instructions to both humans and aliens, coordinating flanking maneuvers, creating diversions, and concentrating energy at weak points. The enemy roared, lashing out violently. But Rin's combined forces responded with unity and precision. Humans improvised traps and barriers. Alien forces executed expert strikes. And Rin moved seamlessly between both worlds, guiding and inspiring. The scar pulsed brighter, as if the planet itself was lending them strength. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. The battle was relentless, waves of dark energy beings pressing against the city's defenses. Rin felt exhaustion creeping in, but they refused to yield. Every decision, every movement was crucial. Lives depended on it, not only of their team, but of the Queen's people and the planet itself. At one point, Rin noticed a breach in one of the outer barriers. A group of humans was trapped, surrounded by enemies. Without hesitation, Rin led a counterattack, using a combination of human ingenuity and alien energy manipulation. They pushed the attackers back and rescued the trapped team. Earning cheers and renewed determination from both humans and aliens, Dr. Halen approached Rin amid the chaos. "I've never seen anything like this," he said, breathless. "Your scar. It's like it's guiding you. You are." "Extraordinary," Rin smiled faintly, though their focus never wavered. "It's not just me. We are all connected. The scar reminds me of who I am, but the energy, the Queen, the people, we are all part of this fight." The massive enemy commander advanced again, and Rin knew this would be the final confrontation. The Queen moved to confront it directly, her energy blazing like a shield and sword combined. Rin coordinated human teams to flank, using energy conduits to disrupt the enemy's flow and create openings. The battle reached its peak. Energy clashed against energy, light against darkness. Rin felt the memories of past victories surge through them, giving confidence and clarity. They saw patterns in the enemy's attacks, weaknesses in timing and formation. With a precise combination of human strategy and alien power, Rin guided the final strike. The massive enemy staggered, energy breaking apart under coordinated assault. The Queen moved in, channeling pure energy into a final binding strike. The enemy let out a roar of defeat before dissipating into shadows. Leaving the battlefield quiet for the first time in hours, Orion dropped to their knees. Exhaustion washing over them, but relief followed quickly. The city was safe. The energy flows had stabilized. The people, both human and alien, had survived. The scar on Rin's arm dimmed slightly, the pulse slowing as the immediate danger passed. The Queen approached, her glow softer now, filled with pride. "You have done well, Rin. You led with courage, wisdom, and unity. The city is safe because of your actions. You have proven the strength of both your human spirit and the legacy you carry." Rin stood, still catching their breath. "It wasn't just me. Everyone worked together. Humans and aliens, we are stronger together." The Queen nodded. "Indeed. Today has shown that cooperation between worlds is not only possible, but necessary. The enemy may rise again, but you have demonstrated that intelligence, creativity, and courage can overcome even the darkest force." The small creature chirped at Rin, moving in circles, its energy bright and comforting. Rin reached down and touched it gently. "We did it," they whispered. "We really did it." Dr. Hallen clapped Rin on the shoulder. "I don't think I'll ever forget this. You showed what humans can do when they rise to the occasion. We weren't just explorers, we became protectors. Rin smiled, feeling a mix of pride and humility. The scar pulsed once more, a reminder of the journey they had undertaken and the life they had rediscovered. This battle had tested their limits, but it had also proven the power of unity, courage, and human ingenuity. The queen extended her hand toward Rin. Rest now. The battle has been won, but the war may not be over. You must prepare for what comes next. Your role is far from finished. I understand, and I am ready. I know what I have to do, and I will not fail. The queen's glow enveloped Rin briefly, a sign of approval and connection. The scar you bear is a reminder not only of the past, but of the future you will shape. Remember it and let it guide you. Today, humanity and my people have taken a step forward. Tomorrow, we will continue to protect Veralia together. As the city began to recover, Rin looked out across the crystalline towers and the glowing streets. The team moved among the survivors, assisting where they could, and the Queen's forces reorganized to strengthen defenses. Rin knew that challenges remained, but for the first time they felt confident. The lessons of the past, the courage of the present, and the guidance of the Queen had prepared them for whatever lay ahead. The scar on Rin's arm pulsed gently, a steady reminder of identity, purpose, and unity. Rin took a deep breath, feeling the planet's energy flow through them, synchronizing with their heartbeat. The war had been reawakened, but humanity had shown its strength, creativity, and courage. They were no longer just visitors on Veralia, they were guardians, leaders, and part of a greater destiny. The sun, or what passed for a sun, on Veralia rose, above the horizon. Casting light through the crystalline towers, Rin stood tall, looking toward the future. The scar was no longer a mark of pain or mystery. It was a symbol of connection, courage, and hope. And Rin knew that whatever trials awaited, they would face them, united with humans and aliens alike, ready to shape the fate of the planet and the galaxy. The battlefield was quiet now, though the energy of Veralia still hummed under Rin's feet. The city had been saved, the enemy defeated, but Rin knew their journey was far from over. The Queen had made it clear that the threat might rise again, but today had proven the strength of unity between humans and her people. The scar on Rin's arm pulsed softly, a steady reminder of their purpose. Rin walked through the city streets, observing the citizens of Veralia. The Queen's people moved with grace, repairing damaged structures, forcing energy barriers, and tending to the wounded. Human members of the team assisted wherever they could, their ingenuity and adaptability proving invaluable in coordination with the aliens' precision. Rin felt a deep sense of pride. This was a cooperation that had no equal in the galaxy. The Queen approached, her glow gentle and commanding. "Rin, come with me," she said. Her voice carried a weight of authority mixed with warmth. Rin followed, curious and slightly apprehensive. The Queen led them to the tallest spire in the city, a tower of pure crystal that reached toward the glowing sky. From the top, the entire city could be seen. "Shining with life and energy, you have proven your courage and wisdom," the Queen said. "But there is something more you must understand. Your role is not merely to protect. You are a bridge, a connection between worlds, a symbol of what can be achieved when beings work together." Rin looked out over the city, feeling the truth of her words. They remembered the visions from the core of knowledge, the memories of a life they had once lived, and the lessons of the recent battle. All of it had led to this moment, the realization that humanity had strengths no one could underestimate. "Why me?" Rin asked quietly, turning toward the Queen. "Why was I chosen for this?" The Queen reached out, placing a luminous hand near Rin's scar. "Because you carry the past within you? The scar is a mark of the bond you formed with my people long ago. It is a reminder of your courage, your empathy, and your determination. You have grown among humans, but the essence of what you were meant to be has never left you. You were destined to return and unite our worlds." Rin touched the scar gently, feeling its warmth spread through them. I never thought a simple mark could mean so much, they said softly. I thought it was just an accident from childhood. I never imagined it would carry a history like this. The queen smiled, a serene and proud expression. Even the smallest mark can hold immense power. It is not the scar that defines you, but the courage and choices you make. Today, you have shown that humans are capable of greatness, that unity between species is possible, and that hope can flourish even after darkness. Rin felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The battles, the memories, and the challenges of the past days had revealed something within themselves they had never fully understood. They were more than a human explorer, they were a leader, a guardian, and a symbol of possibility. The small creature that had guided Rin from the beginning chirped happily, hopping onto Rin's shoulder. Rin laughed lightly, feeling comfort in its presence. "We did this together, didn't we?" they said. The creature chirped again, nuzzling Rin. It was a reminder that every being, no matter how small, played a part in this victory. The queen raised her arms, and a wave of energy pulsed through the city. It was a display of power, but also of unity. Citizens paused to watch as the light spread, connecting every tower, street, and barrier. Rin felt the energy resonate within their scar. A final affirmation of the bond between humans and the queen's people. "Rin," the queen said, "it is time to acknowledge what you truly are. Step forward." Rin moved to the center of the spire, where the queen's glow was strongest. The scar on their arm flared brightly, resonating with the energy of the city and the core of knowledge far below. Rin felt a connection to the planet itself, to its history, and to the people they had just helped protect. "You are not only a human," the queen continued. "You are a guardian of Varelia. You carry within you the courage of your species and the wisdom of my people. You are proof that one being guided by purpose and unity can change the course of history." Tears filled Rin's eyes. They had never imagined that an ordinary life could lead to something so extraordinary. I don't know what to say," Rin whispered. "I never expected. I never thought I could make a difference like this." The queen touched Rin's forehead lightly, her hand glowing warmly. "You have always had this power, Rin. It was never about expectation. It was about courage, choices, and the willingness to act. You have fulfilled what was once a promise, and now the planet and its people will remember your bravery." Rin felt a surge of clarity. They remembered every vision, every lesson, every battle. They saw the possibilities for the future, humans and aliens working together, protecting Varelia and sharing knowledge across worlds. The scar was no longer just a market, was a symbol of legacy, connection, and hope. The team gathered around, humans and aliens alike. Rin turned to them, feeling a deep sense of unity. "We did this together," Rin said firmly. "Every one of us played a role. We've proven that humans are capable of courage, creativity, and loyalty. And now we know we can make a difference on a larger scale." Dr. Halen nodded, eyes shining. "I always believed humans could do incredible things, but this goes beyond anything I imagined. You showed us all what courage looks like." The queen spoke again, her voice carrying across the city. "Let this day be remembered as the beginning of a new era. Humans and my people, united in purpose, can face any challenge. You have proven that hope, determination, and intelligence are forces that even the darkest enemy cannot overcome." Rin looked at the city, now calm and shining under the light of Varelia's sun. The people worked together, rebuilding, strengthening, and preparing for whatever might come. Rin felt a deep sense of belonging, not just to the queen or her people, but to a mission far greater than themselves. "Rin," the queen said softly, "there will be more challenges. But you have shown the potential of unity and courage. Remember this day. Remember your scar and the promise it represents. And know that you are never alone." Rin touched the scar one last time, feeling its warmth fill them with strength. "I will remember," Rin said, "and I will protect this world with humans and your people together. We will face whatever comes united." The queen's glow intensified in approval. "Then the legacy of today will endure. Let this bond be the foundation for a future where our worlds can grow together, where courage and wisdom guide every choice. The small creature chirped joyfully, and Rin laughed softly, feeling a lightness they had not known since arriving on Varelia. We did it, Rin said again, but this time it felt complete. They were not just survivors, they were leaders, protectors, and a symbol of hope. The sun climbed higher, casting golden light through the crystalline towers, illuminating the city and the people working within it. Rin stood at the spire's edge, looking out over the glowing landscape. The scar pulsed gently, a constant reminder of who they were and the journey that had brought them here. The queen stepped beside Rin, her presence both comforting and powerful. "Look at what you have helped create," she said. "A world ready to face the future, strengthened by courage, wisdom, and unity. You are part of that strength, Rin. Never forget it." Rin nodded, feeling a deep sense of purpose. The battles had tested them, the memories had guided them, and now the city, the queen's people, and their human team all looked to the future with hope. The scar on Rin's arm was no longer just a mark of the past. It was a symbol of the promise they had fulfilled, the legacy they would continue to build. As the wind moved through the crystal towers, carrying the soft hum of energy across the city, Rin felt the bond with Varelia, its people, and their own past life solidify. They were ready for the challenges ahead. They were ready to guide, protect, and inspire. And for the first time in their life, Rin knew that being human meant more than survival. It meant courage, creativity, and the ability to shape the destiny of worlds. The alien queen looked at Rin, her eyes glowing softly. "So it was you." After all this time, her words spoken quietly, yet with deep conviction, echoed in Rin's mind. It was not a question, not a surprise, but a recognition of destiny fulfilled. Aaron smiled, touching the scar one last time. "Yes," they whispered. "It was me. And now, together, we will face the future." The city of Varelia shone brilliantly under the light of its twin suns. Humans and aliens worked side by side, united in purpose. The battles had been won, but more importantly, bonds had been forged that would endure for generations. Rin stood tall, the scar a glowing symbol of courage, connection, and hope, knowing that the human spirit had proven its worth once again in that moment. Rin realized that the true power of humanity was not in strength alone, but in unity, creativity, and courage. And with that understanding, they were ready to guide both worlds toward a future where hope and cooperation would shine brighter than any threat.